Before you start farming anything, here are the rules that fix Columbina no matter your artifact set. Hit 35,000 HP, then fix your energy recharge, and then build your crit rate. If your burst isn't up, your build isn't done. I'm going to give you 3 simple builds you can copy: an off-field, an on-field, and a hybrid, with stat targets so you can use them as a reference. If you only want the copy and paste builds, you can jump to the build slides I'll have time stamped in the description below. But if your Columbina feels weak, the next 30 seconds will explain why. Columbina isn't a stay on field forever character. She's a setup and rotate out character. You skill, you burst, and you rotate. She still contributes off field with hydro application and reaction enabling, so we can build her for uptime and not for big hits. And that's why HP and ER matter more than people think. Her passive scales with her HP, and it basically reaches full value around 35,000 HP. So if you're under that, you haven't built her wrong, you're just leaving damage potential on the table. So the priority is always HP until 35,000, energy recharge until burst is always on time, and then you can focus on your crit rate and your crit damage. If your burst is late even once, don't chase damage, just add more energy recharge to build consistency first. Leveling Columbina to 90 is worth it, because the extra base HP helps her a lot. At 90, she lands somewhere around 13,000 HP, and that's almost half of the max HP needed to take full advantage of her passive. Screenshot these ascension materials if you're still currently pre-farming. For Columbina's weapons, pick weapons based on what your build needs. Prototype Amber is my #1 choice because it builds for a comfort and smoother energy playstyle. Favonia's Codex is more of a team energy consistency, but it needs a high enough crit rate to proc it. And for Nocturne, it's her ceiling in terms of damage potential, but just make sure you have a decent energy recharge to get the most out of her combat performance. If you didn't get Inefa, this is probably the best build for you. Her off-field build is the easiest to start with because her kit is literally made for that role. If you didn't get her signature weapon, you should use Prototype Amber and then go with an ER Sand so your bursts stay on time. The goal is 32,000 to 35,000 HP, 180 to 190 energy recharge, and then a crit rate between 75 and 90. For her second build, I will put a little disclaimer out there. I ran out of resin. I wasn't able to fully farm all of the necessary artifacts. I'm pretty sure I was missing, I'm missing 1 artifact, so my ER is a little bit low. However, it does show potential. So, it's an on-field driver, which needs smoother uptime while she's active. I would suggest an ER Sands, that's what I currently have, an HP or Hydro Goblet. I went with an HP Goblet, and then a crit rate circlet. That's the thing that I'm currently missing. Your goal is 30 to 34,000 HP, 165 to 185 energy recharge, and then your crit rate should land you around 70 to 85. Don't stack Silken Moon on multiple characters on your team, keep it to 1 holder, and I would recommend the weapon you switch from Prototype Amber to Favonia's Codex just to build a little bit more on the energy recharge. For build 3, this is a hybrid build. I came up with this idea because I really like the aesthetics of Nymph Stream, and it works really well for Hydro. So for this hybrid build, I am seriously in some resin poverty over here, but I'm also just missing 1 thing, which is the ER Sands. I recommend for this to go with a Silken Moon ER Sands, any HP Goblet, a Silken crit rate circlet, and then you should go with a Nymph Dream Flower HP and a Nymph Plume attack. It will give you like an extra 10-15%, I believe, on Hydro damage, which is great if you're going to be a little bit more on field than off field. And it has been pretty fun to play so far. I mean, again, I'm still missing the ER Sands, so she's a little bit slow, but she's able to survive some enemies. For her teams, if you don't have any other Nodcry characters, just put Ino on your team, even if she isn't built, even if she's at a low level. My Ino was like somewhere between level 20 and level 40, and I was able to see like a noticeable difference. Just add like a grouper like Sucrose, someone like Kuki, and then if you don't have Kuki, you could go Geo, add in Jalonin if you have her. I'm sure there's like many different possible combinations, but by my play experience, Ino and Kuki made the biggest difference out of all the characters from my roster that aren't Nodcry characters, so I recommend those 2. And then for her rotation, it's just use her skill, then you burst, you rotate your supports, and then you refresh when it's time to refresh. So one more time, for the off-field, I recommend the Obeyed. I got all 5 artifacts from there, and I love it. with Prototype Amber, it's been a dream. It really makes a difference on my team, so I recommend it highly. If you have Inefa, On-Field Silken is probably your best bet. Not gonna lie, I don't, so I have no idea what that's like, but a lot of people who do have Inefa have been saying that Silken Moon is the best for Columbina. And then for the hybrid build, if you want to give it a shot, I mean, I would like to know, report back. Let me know how the numbers were. If it was fun for you to play, maybe I can do more of those in the future. And then just always keep in mind, no matter what artifact sets you're using for Columbina, your HP goal should always be 35,000. Your energy recharge should always be like above 120 at like absolute worst. Then just focus on your crit rate and your crit damage. She'll do wonderfully. And then comment below which build you're going for. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to help small creators like me. And until next time, have a good one.